The picturesque setting of Vetlanda in Sweden comes alive to the sound of 500cc speedway machines as we stage the Swedish Championship of 1991. 16 of Sweden's top competitors take part, and only one at the end of 20 heats of speedway will become the 1991 Swedish Speedway champion. Well, there we see the current champion, of course, Tony Rickardsson, who's had such a fabulous season in 1991, finishing in second place, of course, in the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg recently. But before we take any more time, let's go straight into action with this final, with heat number 1. So the full lineup for the opening race: Nicholas Karlsson rides in red, Jörgen Johansson in blue, Peter Norlin, there he is in white in gate 3, and on the outside gate number 4 is Tony Olsson. While it's still 500cc's, clutch start, no brakes, something in the region of about 60 or 70 miles per hour, and 60 to 65 brake horsepower being produced. The sun's shining, the conditions are good. The green light now goes on, and the Swedish Speedway final gets underway, and Norlin gets a superb start from gate number 3. Peter Norlin leads, Tony Olsson in second place, and Nicholas Karlsson T-bones Tony Olsson, who goes down onto the track. The red lights are on. We look across to see what the meeting referee is going to say about that. Let's take another look in slow motion. There we see Nicholas Karlsson just about to clip the back of Tony Olsson's wheel, and down goes Tony. Nicholas Karlsson manages to go on, but we see the red light is on, so the exclusion of Nicholas Karlsson in heat number 1. So riders coming to the line then for the staging of heat number 1, the restart. Nicholas Karlsson is still in, the referee says no exclusion. Jörgen Johansson still in blue, Peter Norlin in white. Thankfully Tony Olsson is okay to take his place in yellow and black. Extensive work done to his machine, but giving up and now coming out on his second bike for this ride. So we'll have to wait and see if that dents his concentration. It looked a nasty little tumble, and certainly not his own fault in that particular race. So, gate 1, Nicholas Karlsson, gate 2, Jörgen Johansson, gate 3, Peter Norlin, gate 4 is Tony Olsson. The restage, the rerun of heat number 1. We always knew the pace was going to be fast and furious, but we didn't even get to the second turn before the first race was stopped. Up go the tapes, the engines roar into action. Into that first turn they drive. This time it's Tony Olsson, and Peter Norlin drives around the outside of it yet again. So Norlin leads, Tony Olsson second place, Nicholas Karlsson in third, and Jörgen Johansson back in fourth, and the sunshine that beats down as the odd accelerators are wound wide open. Nobody does it better than the cowboy from Eskilstuna, Peter Norlin. Superb season this young fella's had. 23 years of age, of course won the World Under-21 Championship back in 1988 in Czechoslovakia. Now settled in very, very nicely in England, and of course Poland where he races. But certainly in control of the opening race here. It's still Tony Olsson in second place. We've lost Nicholas Karlsson, and Jörgen Johansson drift through peacefully to third place. But stretched out they may be, but coming round to take the easy win is going to be the rider in white from Eskilstuna. Norlin gets the flag. Second place Tony Olsson, and Jörgen Johansson back in third place. So there he is. Peter Norlin in the white helmet colour gets 3 points from heat number 1. And a good start too from the boy from Eskilstuna. Two points to Tony Olsson and 1 to Jörgen Johansson. That's the result of heat number 1.
Ja, där fick vi se Peter Norlin vinna på.
So the rider's now out on the track and coming round to the start for heat number 2, which there in red is Henke Gustafsson, 21 years of age, currently riding extremely well, both in Poland, Denmark, England, and of course Sweden. The full lineup for this race: Henrik Gustafsson red, and Dennis Lundqvist rides in blue from the tiny island of Gotland. Tony Rickardsson from Stockholm rides in white, and Bosse Aren rides in yellow-black, also from Stockholm again. This is number 2. Up go the tapes, and into that first turn they drive in the first one to show. It is the rider in yellow and black. Bosse Aren leads, Henke Gustafsson second, the rider in white, Rickardsson third. Look at Gustafsson drive underneath Bosse Aren, so Gustafsson heads it back. Now Rickardsson comes through to put pressure on him into second place. So Gustafsson leads. Gustafsson in pole position. Ricardson second, Bossaren third. But just one drift wide by Bossaren and come through it gracefully does Henkel Gustafsson. You just can't afford to make a mistake with this young fellow around. Already Peter Olin has dropped the track record here at Vetlanda, which was 64.8, and Peter has dropped that to 64.7. And Henrik Gustafsson now on the last lap of heat number 2 in commanding style. Down the back straight for the final time. The man who surely has got World Championship class on him in the future years. It's Gustafsson that takes the win. Second place is Tony Ricardson. Third place is Bossaren. There he is. Henkel Gustafsson gets 3 points in his quest for this Swedish National Championship as he wins heat number 2. 2 points in second place for Tony Ricardson and 1 to Bossaren in third place. The result, heat number 2. And we've just heard that good old Henrik Gustafsson has lowered the track record even more so. Now it stands at 64.1, so 0.7 of a second has already disappeared off of the track record. And we wonder what more surprises we've got in store for us. Heat number 3 also looks like being something of a difficult race. In red we've got Joachim Karlsson, just 19, one of the great prospects in the land of the midnight sun at the moment. In blue is Stefan Dano. In white is Peter Karlsson, and Jimmy Nilsson in yellow-black from Stockholm, of course, 4th in the world back in 86 and 87, and joint 5th just this season, of course, in the Ullevi Stadium recently. So bags of experience for Jimmy Nilsson. He goes into gate number 4. In gate 3 is Peter Karlsson, former Swedish champion, 89, he took the crown in Eskilstuna. Stefan Dano, he's in blue, gate 2, the younger brother of Roland Dano. And Joachim Karlsson, who rides for Västervik in the Swedish Elite League, he goes into gate number 1. Right, there he is. Joachim Karlsson, who just next weekend appears in the World Under-21 Championship Final at Coventry in England. I'm sure he'll spring 1 or 2 surprises at Vetlanda Stadium on Sunday afternoon, right by the time. It certainly is here in Vetlanda. It couldn't be any better. So there's the full lineup for this heat number 3. Starting Marshall getting just a little bit anxious for the riders to come to the line. And now Saddle, he's quite content. On goes the green light, up go the tapes, up those engines roar. It's Joachim Karlsson who gets there. Karlsson leads. Joachim Karlsson drives down the back straight in first place. Second in blue is Stefan Dano. Third in yellow and black, Jimmy Nilsson trying to come round the outside. Now cutting back, but it's Joachim Karlsson from Västervik, the youngest rider in the field, who at the moment in time has a substantial lead in this one. Peter Karlsson through to second place in white. Jimmy Nilsson trailing at the moment, and Stefan Dano in third place, so really it's going to be a great scalp for this 19-year-old if he can hold on. Joachim Karlsson still in first place with 1 more lap to go. Peter Karlsson in second place. Jimmy Nilsson coming through to third. Coming around the final 2 bends of quite an event for heat number 3, and this youngster, he's going to do it. Joachim Karlsson takes a win. Second place is Peter Karlsson. Third place is Jimmy Nilsson. So what a great start for this young 19-year-old from Västervik. 3 points in his opening race here in Vetlanda. He takes a win in heat number 3. So heat number 4 sees Patrick Karlsson riding red, Per Jonsson there in blue, of course, last year's World Individual Speedway champion. Erik Stenlund, may more note him for the ice racing exploits during the winter. Sadly not at the moment, but he's been, of course, twice world champion at that particular sport. And Klaus Iversen, the only Vetlanda rider in the field, he's in yellow-black. He goes into gate number 4. So Karlsson red, gate 1, Jonsson blue, gate 2, Stenlund white, gate 3, Klaus Iversen, yellow-black, he's in gate number 4. Oh, the tape through, and Jonsson made a terrific start from gate number 2. Seemed at one stage he was going to be left, but he's in pole position. So Jonsson leads from Erik Stenlund in second place. Patrick Olsen third, and Klaus Iversen, sadly for the... just look at Patrick Olsen lip, and has Klaus Iversen come through? He has indeed. But really all eyes are on the man in first place, that's Per Jonsson. There's certainly no mistake in that style. It's a style that took him to that World Speedway Championship in 1990 at Bradford's Stadium. And who will ever forget that fabulous meeting that you saw live and exclusively here on Screen Sport. Second place is Erik Stenlund still, and third place Klaus Iversen. But it's Per Jonsson with one more lap to go. Really, it's fair to say he's surely got this race in the bag, barring any unforeseen problems. Stenlund still holding on to second place, and Klaus Iversen third. And round the final two bends, there's no mistaking the man who's going to get the win. Jonsson takes the flag. Second place is Erik Stenlund. In third place is Klaus Iversen. So there he is, Per Jonsson takes a win and gets 3 points as he looks for another Swedish title. Already got 3 in the bag, and he's looking for another one. There we see the faller, which is Patrick Carlson, and a close-up of exactly what happened, drifting down to earth with graceful ease. So there we are, a good start to the Swedish Championship. Join us for more action after the break. Vetlanda, where the pace has certainly been fast and furious, with the track record going twice already in the first 4 races, now standing at 64.1 with Henrik Gustafsson's superb ride in heat number 2. We move on to heat number 5, and Klaus Iversen taking 2 on the trot. He's in red. Nicholas Carlson comes in blue in gate 2. Henrik Gustafsson, there he is, the current track record holder, in gate 3 in white. Peter Carlson, yellow and black, in gate number 4. So, as it stands at the moment, only Gustafsson with the win from his first race. Up for the tapes on heat number 5, and into that bend they drive, and it's the rider in red who's just got his nose in front. Klaus Iversen, but driving round him is Henrik Gustafsson. So Gustafsson leads in white. Klaus Iversen second, yellow and black. Peter Carlson having his own little battle, but now comes through to, and it looks as though Gustafsson got trouble. Gustafsson pulling up, and through comes the rider in red, Klaus Iversen. And it's fair to say the home crowd, Vetlanda, are cheering this manoeuvre. And Gustafsson is now overtaken by Nicholas Carlson as well. So sad, sad news indeed for Henke. So Henke giving up the ghost in heat number 5. And surely, well, we have to say, dropping 3 points in your second outing has his Swedish title hopes gone for another year. But coming through to take pole position at the moment with 1 more lap to go is Klaus Iversen from, of course, the home club Vetlanda. Second place is Peter Carlson from Mariestad. Third place, Nicholas Carlson, also from Mariestad. And around the final bends, a relieved, and I'm sure thankful, rider Klaus Iversen comes up to take the win. Second place is Peter Carlson. Third place, Nicholas Carlson. But there he is, Klaus Iversen, who takes the win and looks delighted with life, and who can blame him? 3 points for a win in heat number 5. 2 to Peter Carlson and 1 to Nicholas Carlson. That's the result. So Henrik Gustafsson explaining to the cameraman that the valve is dropped on his machine, and that is, well, not almost certainly cost him the championship, but it certainly puts a lot of pressure on the young fella's shoulders in his final 3 rides. So we move on to heat number 6, which features Per Jonsson, previous heat winner, of course, in heat number 4. He rides in red. In blue is Joachim Karlsson, also winner of heat number 3. He rides in blue. Jörgen Johansson, he rides in white. And Tony Rickardsson in yellow and black in gate number 4. So quite a cracking racing prospect, and something got to give as the tapes rise on heat number 6. So Jonsson, he's been in this position before, of course. He won the title in Norrköping in '86, Gothenburg in '87, and Kumla in 1988. He certainly wasn't troubled in that last one in '88. And Joachim Karlsson certainly making a few people sit up and watch him. Let's see how he fares against the likes of Jonsson and Rickardsson. As the green light goes on for heat number 6, and away they spin from the start. And the first one to show is Jonsson, and coming across is Rickardsson. Rickardsson cuts across and takes the lead. So Rickardsson leads, Jonsson second. They're taken out by Joachim Karlsson. Karlsson goes a little bit wide as Jonsson comes through. Jonsson comes through the second place. So Tony Rickardsson leads. What a fabulous year this young fella's had. 21 years of age, of course, from Stockholm in the Swedish Elite League, and settling very, very nicely with Ipswich in the British League. And who will ever forget the exploits of this fella in the Ullevi Stadium? Probably, without question, the most entertaining rider in the World Final. That's taking nothing away from Yellow Peterson, who won it. But this young fella got most of his points from the back. As he takes the back for one more lap in heat number 6. Still Jonsson second, and Joachim Karlsson third. Down the back straight for the final time, and it's a win from the back. Round the first and second turn, he done it. Comes out, straightens up, takes a win. Rickardson gets there. Second place is Per Jonsson. Third place, Joachim Karlsson. So Rickardson, there he is, of course, the current Swedish champion. He takes the win in 3 points in heat 6. Jonsson drops his first point. He's on 5. And Joachim Karlsson gets 1 point and he's on 4. That's the result of heat number 6. Swedish Speedway final. Second down rides in red, and Patrick Karlsson rides in blue. Of course, the former last time. Dennis Lundqvist rides in white, and Peter Norlin, winner and track record holder for one race here at Vetlanda. He rides in yellow-black, just giving a push away again. The engine stalling at the line. Peter sadly has been relegated to the Swedish League with his team as a student. He goes in the heat. 3 in white. Sorry, 4 yellow back. This is heat number 6. Into that first run, they all drop, and it's a rider in white who's got it. Dennis Lundqvist just about picks up. Lundqvist now coming underneath it. It's Stefan Dano, so Stefan Dano and Lundqvist and Norlin all together. Just look at him go into that bend. It's just Lundqvist with his nose in front. Second place in red is Stefan Dano. Peter Norlin sadly relegated for third spot. But it was Dennis Lundqvist who kept his calm, kept his cool, and really was picked them off one at a time. What a great ride from the man from Gotland. So Dennis Lundqvist leads still from Stefan Dano in second place. Peter Norlin coming through on Stefan Dano to take second place, which is a good ride from him. So now Norlin moves into second place. Stefan Dano third with one more lap to go in a very, very entertaining heat number 7. And this fellow in white certainly has worked tremendously hard for these points. Round the final 2 bends, the man from Gotland, Dennis Lundqvist, comes out, he takes a win. Second place is Peter Norlin. Third place is Stefan Dano. So a good win and courageous win there from Dennis Lundqvist in heat number 7. He gets the 3 points. 2 points to Peter Norlin. He now goes on to 5 after 2 outings, and 1 to Stefan Dano. That's the result of heat number 7. So heat number 8, Tony Olsen comes in red. Still on his second machine, his bent frame from that accident in heat number 1. Bosse Arén rides in blue, Jimmy Nilsson white, and Erik Stenlund is in yellow and black. That's the lineup for heat number 8. Starting marshal calling them all into the line. Last one to come in is Erik Stenlund. On goes the green light, that throttle is wide open, the clutch is dropped, and into that turn they all race. And it's just Tony Olsen who's got the lead. But as the rider in blue, Bosse Arén coming around the outside of him. But still, Tony Olsen keeps his composure. Olsen's there. Bosse Arén in second place. Jimmy Nilsson third and Erik Stenlund fourth. Now, can Tony Olsen hold on? He's on his second machine, one he didn't think would go too well around the wide open spaces of Vetlanda. But Olsen still leads. Right, of course, at the moment for Bellevue in England. Having a few turns out too in Poland as well. So coming through in white is Jimmy Nilsson in second place and Erik Stenlund the third, but really it is a race sewn up in his pocket if he keeps out of trouble for Tony Olsen. One more lap to go. And this will put Tony Olsen on 5 points, and certainly in the thick of things after 2 rides. Round the final 2 bends. Tony Olsen, the Gotland punk as he's known in England, comes out to take the win. Olsen gets there. Second place is Jimmy Nilsson. Third place is Erik Stenlund. So there he is, Tony Olsen gets the win. He moves swiftly on to 5 points. A good 3 points in heat number 8. 2 to Jimmy Nielsen and 1 to Eric Stenlund. That's the result now. Just have a look at the scoreboard. Tony Rickardson, Peter Norleen, Tony Olsen and Per Jonsson all on 5 and all dropped 1 point. Klaus Iversen, Joachim Karlsson and Peter Karlsson, they're all on 4 and dropped 2 points. And Gustafsson, Lufquist, Jimmy Nielsen and Stenlund, they're on 3 and have all dropped 3 points. That's the position after 2 outings for all the competitors here at Vetlanda. So certainly nobody's going to win this one on a 15-point maximum, that's for sure. As we move swiftly on to heat number 9, which features Tony Rickardson in red, who will be in gate number 1. Eric Stenlund coming out for 2 on the trot. He rides in blue in gate number 2. Nicholas Carlson, he's in white in gate number 3. And Stefan Dano, yellow and black in gate number 4. So Rickardson, very, very impressive in his previous outing. Pushing Per Jonsson to the back in that one, so look out for him, but it's really going to be a question of whether he can maintain the pole position into that first turn and withhold the pressure of the other riders coming around the outside of him. Drop the clutch and in they go to that first turn, and it's Eric Stenlund in blue who holds the lead at the moment. Stenlund leads, Rickardson second, Nicholas Carlson third, so Eric Stenlund really picked up some tremendous drive as they left the start, but goes out terribly wide. Eric goes out wide and through comes Tony Rickardson. Comes up, just puts a bit of pressure on Eric, and out he goes. Stenlund made a terrible mistake on that 3rd and 4th turn of the first lap, and you just can't afford to do that with the calibre of field here in Vetlanda. So Tony Rickardson leads. Eric Stenlund now in 2nd place. Nicholas Carlson 3rd. Carlson trying to make up ground on Eric Stenlund. Stefan Dano a long, long way back in 4th place. So 1 more lap to go in a very eventful heat number 9, which has seen Tony Rickardson yet again come from the back in superb style. Coming around the final 2 bends. Are we going to get a wheelie from him? No, it is Rickardson who gets the win. No wheelie. Stenlund in 2nd place. And in 3rd place is Nicholas Carlson. So another good win for the rider there in red, Tony Rickardson, and he certainly wants to keep hold of that Swedish championship. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. He moves swiftly on to 8 points, and he's a winner of heat number 9. So heat number 10, as the riders come to the line, 4-1 is Jimmy Nielsen rides in red, and there we see in blue Henrik Gustafsson. And sadly Henrik dropping those 3 points, of course, with engine problems in his previous outing, heat number 5, which puts a lot of pressure on the boy from Kumla, who's just led Kumla to the Swedish Elite League Championship for the 2nd year. So congratulations on that one, Henrik. Patrick Carlson rides in white, and Jörgen Johansson rides in yellow and black. So Jimmy Nielsen certainly not having the best of fortune so far. But here is perhaps a chance to get himself back into the thick of things and the point scoring chart. Nielsen, Gustafsson, Patrick Carlson and Jörgen Johansson, heat number 10. Into that first bend they drives, and Jimmy Nielsen just got the drop on them. Jimmy Nielsen leads, takes out Gustafsson and got the lead at the moment. So Jimmy Nielsen has got pole position. Gustafsson is behind him. Patrick Carlson is in 3rd place, so 1 lap gone and Jimmy Nielsen leads. Henrik Gustafsson now taking the outside line. Gustafsson comes round the outside of Jimmy Nielsen in absolutely spectacular style. Gustafsson takes the lead. Jimmy Nielsen in 2nd place. Patrick Carlson, should I say, back in 3rd place. But all eyes are on the first 2. Oh, what a superb ride from Henrik Gustafsson. This is why Sweden puts such a lot of faith on this young fella in future World Championships. 1 more lap to go in what so far has been an absolute classic speedway race. Taken for dead after half a lap of this race, coming from the back yet again in superb style. Round the final 2 bends. It's going to be a good win for Henrik Gustafsson who gets here. Jimmy Nielsen is in 2nd place, and Patrick Carlson is in 3rd. And the applause from the crowd is really for this fella. What a superb speedway race from him. So Henrik Gustafsson gets 3 points. He moves on to 6. 2 points to Jimmy Nielsen for 2nd place, and 1 for Patrick Carlson in 3rd. But congratulations to Henrik Gustafsson. A good win, heat number 10.
Unit nummer 11. Peter som har fått mycket bra starter här.
So there we see Nicholas Carlson just explaining one or two things to the fans about his machine, who he didn't look very happy in his previous ride, so perhaps he's got some mechanical problems. We'll find out at the interval stage for you here in Vetlanda. We move sweetly on to heat number 11, which sees Bosse Arend ride in red, Peter Carlson blue, Peter Norlin white, and Per Jonsson in yellow and black, and this is going to be a real cracker. The green light goes on, the tapes rise and those engines drive into action, and it's the rider in blue, Peter Carlson, who gets there. Carlson takes the lead. Norlin is second place and Jonsson third, which is perhaps a little bit of a surprise. Jonsson trying to come round the outside of Peter Norlin. It's terribly close between those two. But Peter Carlson is given just a little bit more breathing space. It's Norlin and Jonsson fight between them. So Peter Carlson leads. Norlin now comes through easily to second place with Jonsson third. 2 laps gone, and now can Norlin make up any ground on Peter Carlson? And certainly Peter Carlson's not going to be out of things here in Vetlanda. Peter Carlson coming round in superb style. 1 more lap to go and he's looking set for another win. Peter Carlson leads. Still Peter Norlin in second place and Per Jonsson third. But around the final 2 bends of another cracking speedway race, it's Peter Carlson against here. Second place is Peter Norlin. In third place is Per Jonsson, and just everybody is beating everybody this afternoon. And one wonders what the total is going to be for the winner here at Vetlanda. But Peter Carlson gets 3 points and a good win for him. Peter Norlin gets 2, and Per Jonsson has to be content with just 1 point. But a good win for Peter Carlson in heat number 11. So we move swiftly on to heat number 12, the race before the interval stage here at Vetlanda. Klaus Iversen red, and he's riding superbly well.